Please come to stage, Jorge.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jorge Proaño. You can call me George, like everybody calls me since I am 5 years old. And today I'm going to present to you our company, which is called Abris. Abris is a Temenos partner for the last 18 years. So we are a Temenos technology partner, and we are also a Temenos ecosystem partner. What does it mean, that partnership? It means that we understand the technology of Temenos inside out, but also because our current director of technology, our CTO, he was actually in your same shoes. He was the director of the core banking in a bank in Hungary, where our headquarters is located, and he understood the challenges of managing a core banking inside out. So when he was that director, he had those issues that you see on the screen, people running COBs during the night. He was receiving calls during 2 a.m. in the morning that the COB was crashing. There are some issues with the core banking that nobody understands, and he's asking for logs, and he doesn't know to whom they ask. So those challenges, at that time, he understood, and then he created what we call Gamma. Gamma is our flagship solution that is actually the one that it helps you to manage and operate your core banking seamlessly. And there are 3 key messages that I want you to remember about Gamma. Number 1 is a monitoring solution. And why the core banking needs monitoring? Because at the end of the day, you need all those insights, alerts, in real time, by the way, because everything what is going on in your system, you need to know it to resolve issues, potential issues, hiccups, or whatever situation you will have, for example, when your COB is crashing. The second element, so I said monitoring. The second element is going to be the automation. Our CTO, when he created the solution, he put on top of the monitoring architecture the automation. Without giving names of automation solutions in the market, you will find generic monitoring solutions, generic automation solutions, but because Gamma is a native transact solution, when we automate, for example, end-to-end the COB process, if the COB is crashing, we do understand what was the issue, we highlight the error, we read the common log automatically, detect what the issue is, and we can send this to our consultants or to your consultants or the Temenos team to resolve those issues. Second element, automation. And naturally, alerting. Alerting is real time. You, as directors of core banking or directors of the banks, would like to have that insights before the issue reach the final customer. So that's why we are doing this on real time. Then, now I'm going to show you how the tool looks like. So we were required to show you a demo, so I'm going to give you a little bit of flavor, how the look and feel of the solution, and then I'm going to show you the portals, what we call the portals. So this one is basically the main screen of Gamma. Gamma is capable to manage multiple environments at the same time. And there are some banks that they have multiple instances of T24, so you might have 2 or 3 production environments. You manage all of them with one portal. In this one, we have only 2 environments on the right side, but again, you can manage in one portal multiple environments. The second are the measurements. So how we capture all that information? We capture through something that we call the agents of observers. We have deployed 65 observers across the landscape of T24, including the interfaces of T24 with other systems of the bank. So we parse any log. So we can parse logs with the database, parse logs with the ATM, the online banking, the internet banking, you name it. So when there is an issue hitting the T24 Transact environment, we detect it, we alert it, and we alert it in real time. So this is about the measurements. The second one is naturally the COB monitoring. The COB monitoring is a must-have for us. Is the bread and butter of your operations in the evening. Of course, we need to alert you naturally, but we do this alert through 4 main elements. The agents, we monitor the runtimes, the locking, and the threads. And the beauty of this tool is that you run the close of business through Gamma. You don't need to run it through Transact anymore. And because we monitor, then we can highlight issues that are happening if they would happen in the system. You know, through all these agents that I mentioned before, we capture a lot of data. So, you know, I had been in traveling the world in the last month, and everywhere where I have been, the banks are creating reports manually. Copy paste in Excel file, my CIO is asking me for this, the COB I need it, everything is done by Gamma automatically with the click of a button. So this, we do the COB analyzer is because we enable the teams to create trends, understand the correlations, and with that make decisions for the escalation management policy and adjust, for example, again, the timing of the COB. One of the problems that primarily I had been told actually primarily in Latin America and the Caribbeans is the time to find the error, right? There is an error either in the online stage or in the COB. Finding the error, the log, is something that requires and takes a lot of time. Our solution actually detects that automatically. And by the way, it gives you exactly the description of the error, and your team will receive these errors and information in 3 channels, via SMS, email, or we can connect to your ticketing system. So this chart that shows the time to resolution, without Gamma, it takes 3 or 4 hours. With Gamma, it might take minutes. The second capability I mentioned was automation, right? Our CTO created automation on top of the monitoring. So imagine you automate a process. If you automate your COB run with tools that are generic, if the COB is crashing, it will not give you the details of the errors because it does not understand Transact. Ours understands Transact because it's a native application. So we run the automation end-to-end, for example, of the COB, but also the scheduler, or the tool that we use for automation, is capable to automate jobs and tasks that your team has to execute manually. So we are helping the banks to run their processes end-to-end, including non-Transact related transactions, and by the way, we monitor that. Now I'm showing you a little bit of our demo live. So this process that we are showing you now is basically the scheduler, it's the orchestrator. We are orchestrating here a very simple COB running. Now I'm showing you how the COB monitoring is being running, and you see agents, runtimes, locking, and threads are there being, and we have added 2 more stages in our run. And then basically, and sometimes, if it requires, we have the capability, or the operators, they have the capability to skip the jobs. And this look and feel, it has the expected T24 opening. We have created a machine learning capability. When you start the COB, we can tell you when you can open the bank next day. Then you can program and plan accordingly to that. Moving forward, for me, I am the global sales manager. For me, it's better when a client talks about me than me talking about myself. So through the presentation, you have seen a lot of quotes from clients that are happy to participate with us in reference calls, and basically they recognize the value of our tool in the daily operations of managing the core banking. And this is basically what I prepared for you today. You can find us here we have a booth. We are gonna be very happy to run a full demo for you. That was only a teaser. And then my CEO, Shaul Godry, and myself, Jorge Proaño, we are here during the day. We are having the booth again, and you can connect with us so we can run a demo for you. And we came all the way from Hungary to visit you, so we are very happy here to see you all. Thank you very much.